Jack, can I get your reflections on the 90 minutes, please?
Well, first and foremost, delighted to win the game. The results are always the most important thing in a football match. We managed to find a way to win the game. Performance level, was it below what we've been used to? Yeah, it has been. But I don't want to just personally blame our players for that. I thought Brechin played well. I thought they came here and were the endeavour and spirit, and also the play they showed at times was terrific. They scored a good goal, had other opportunities. So that was a challenge for us today, because we individually we had a lot of players not at their best, and then as a result of that, collectively we weren't at our best. So we had to try and find a way to win the game, as I mentioned, and we did that. So I'm delighted about that.
Yeah, the positive thing will be the 3 points and the fact that, given results elsewhere, you've gone back to the top of the league.
Yeah, we spoke to players after the game that, if you reflect on some of the performances here recently, and use the Dundee United game for example, where we played well and achieved a really positive scoreline, we don't get any different reward for that victory today. It's the same reward we get, it's 3 points, and the fact that it takes us back to the top of the league means that it's arguably an even bigger 3 points, because it's a position we want to be in. And we're edging towards the end of this first quarter. We had targets, we had aims, we had ambitions for that, and we're almost there, which is brilliant. It won't always be perfect, I've said that all along, but we found a way to win the game today, and that takes character, it takes heart, it takes desire, it takes all these things to keep going, and to do that, and the players showed that today.
I guess that's the thing you'll want to reinforce, is the fact that, like you say, sometimes you're going to just have to dig out the result, and it's not always going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's football across the world. Every single team, the best teams in the world, have days where they don't play particularly well, but the best teams find a way to get a result in that period, and that's something that we still have to improve upon. I mentioned it before about when we're not playing well in a game, how we defend in that period. So we still need to get better at that. We still need to sometimes put aside the frustrations that we're feeling, perhaps if we're not playing as well as we can, and find another way to win the game. But that grows as a group. We're still a young squad. Players are learning, players are developing a mentality that to how to achieve success. It doesn't just come instantly. They're getting better and better and better at it, and that's why I'm not going to be too critical of me. I was critical at half time because I'm frustrated, because you know how hungry I am for this club to succeed, but those players are as well, and they took the criticism, and I keep mentioning that they found a way to win the game, and I'm pleased that the whole squad played a part in that, because you're going to need that through the course of the season as well.
How happy are you for Dale Howson to come off the bench and get his first goal for St Mirren today?
Pleased for him personally, because he's had a tough season. He's had niggling injuries that have kept him out. He's in good shape pre-season. I felt as if he would go on and be a positive player for us. Just felt today that he has that quality that he could produce something for us. In the end, it was a scrappy goal, but he still showed enough desire to get in the box to score it, and that was after he, by his own admission, missing his first 3-4 contributions in the game weren't great. But that happens because he's not had a lot of game time. So the message that I sent to the players before they came at half time was they have to believe in my trust in them, because I do trust them. Even when it's not going well, I trust them to try and find a way to win the game, and they did it today.
You must be delighted as well that run of home form, the 8 wins in a row now, just keeps going.
Yeah, it is pleasing, because it'll play a big part in us having any success this season. We need to continue to pick up points here and achieve victories here, and that run is good at any level of football again, in all competitions, to have that record, not just undefeated, to win games continuously. And we've had a lot of good times in that period, not just in that period, but over the last 9 months we've had a lot of really good days here where we've played really, really well. We didn't play particularly well today, but we still won, and that is something that is another bonus for me as a manager. If I can have that in my squad consistently, where even when they don't play well they get a positive result, then it makes my job easier as manager.
And back here next week for the Ironbrew Cup against Wraith Rovers, a different sort of challenge. Nice to get a wee break from the league as well.
It is. It's probably came at a good time for us, because we go into this fortnight period without a league game being top, which is nice. It's a good way for us to continue to look at that table. We go into a really tough spell of league matches after the break, with Barton, Falkirk, Morton. So we'll probably use the game next week to freshen things as well, because we've had a lot of players that have played a lot of games and a lot of minutes because of the injuries we've had as well, and suspension. So it allows us the opportunity to freshen things, and it allows players to get more game time. Still want to achieve a positive result, of course, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this piece, we had aims and targets for this first quarter, and we go into a really big game at the Barton with a chance to go and achieve a lot of them.
Like you say, that you mentioned there the first quarter, and that does come to an end when you played Dumbarton. How pleased have you been with the first quarter?
It's been good so far. It will be very good if we can go and achieve a positive result with them. It's a venue, it's a very difficult place to go, and we've had trouble there in the past. But if we can go and achieve a positive result, then I think it's been a terrific first quarter. There's always room for improvement, but if we can win there and we can replicate that over the next 3 quarters, then we give ourselves a really good chance of achieving success. But we have to try and strive for a performance level that's consistently good. We've done that over the 8 league games, and probably 4 of them, maybe a couple off wins, a couple where I've been a bit scrappy, and today falls into that bracket. But I know I've repeated myself all the time, but we got a victory, and that hopefully come the end of the season is all people will remember.
And just finally, we know Josh Todd is going for surgery on Monday. How are the rest of the boys that are injured doing at the moment? Gary McKenzie, Kyle McGuinness, Harry Davis? Josh having surgery on Monday. Kyle should be back involved with me towards the end of next week, towards the end of next week. Maybe not full training, but certainly close to it, all being well. Harry is doing a lot of on-pitch stuff now, which is a positive sign. He's feeling very good. And Gary, I hope, will only be another week or 2. So we've still not got them back, but they're getting much closer. And as you mentioned the first quarter, if we can remain in this position at the first quarter and start to get these players back, then they will strengthen us, because they're good players, and there's players who've made a very positive contribution to this club in the last calendar year. So all being well, they'll be back involved very soon, and Kyle certainly should be the first of those.